3-0 win at home, Southampton. The judge, what is the verdict?
Well, that's I like that. You're better than Robbie at this, I'll tell you that, you know. So, 3-0, I'm going to be honest, standard result. That's what you expect, a sort of performance like that today. I thought it was good. I've got to say that first 10, 15 minutes, I think that Southampton were the better team. But
15, I'd say about 8 to 10.
Well, okay, I'm going to go 15. But I felt that you could see that Arsenal were a little bit nervous. But once we scored the goal, and what a goal it was, by the way. The team, you know, Ramsdale messed up at the beginning of it, but after that, it was sensational football. 1-2 to get there, and I was going when Saka went on the edge of the box. I'm saying, please score from this, because it was such a fantastic goal. As soon as we scored that goal, you could see the confidence. You could see it all lift, the weight off their shoulders lifted. And I thought from that minute on, we were brilliant.
That goal, I don't know if it reminded you, but it reminded me of the FA Cup final, the Martinez goal. Is that what we call Arteta ball?
Well, yeah, you know, it took them about 15 minutes. I thought they could have, Arteta thought it could have been at one stage, but no. Listen, when that works, you can see everybody's pleased with it. You can see on the bench that they were pleased with it. You can see that the fans were as well. And when that happens, it's a beautiful goal, Pippa. It's a fantastically created goal, and you know, the risk, the reward, and whatever, out the window when you get a goal like that. And when you get a goal like that, you can see from then on the confidence of the players lifting. I thought we were, you know, fantastic goal, fantastic finish as well. Weren't an easy finish, you know what I mean? But you know, we've seen strikers missing them of late.
There we go. So where are we leading this to then? Aubameyang, are we?
No, you know what I mean?
Talking about strikers in general.
Strikers in general, you know. So, you know, some really good performances today. Odegaard getting on the end. That's 3 goals in 3 games. People were turning around and saying, what does he do? What's his end product? 3 goals in 3 games. I thought first half he played really, really well. But, you know, I'll tell you what, I don't know what everybody else has been saying, but I think it's very, very hard today to see who was the man of the match. You know,
there's been different answers. There's been Martinelli.
I think, there was lots of players, probably no real standout, but everybody played really, really well. And when you look at it, even though it was 3-0, and this is a little bit of a problem, bit of a worry for me, is that Ramsdale is doing too much. He's doing too much when we're winning 3-0 and dominating a game like that. He shouldn't be having to make world-class saves too regular. But in saying that, he made 3 fantastic saves. So, you know, he's contributing to the performance.
And on top of that, you've got to love him because he just loves it. Did you notice he told the ball boys to leave the ball alone so he can go to Southampton fans to get the ball? You just got to love that from him. It's a character.
I love him. I think he's really, you know, listen, going back years ago, there was, you know, David Seaman, wasn't really taken to by the Arsenal fans at first because Lukic was a favourite and all that, but he turned it around with performances and whatever. Ramsdale was doing the same sort of thing.
Very quickly though, Ramsdale turned it around.
He's done it fantastically quickly, you know, and I love it. I don't know if you see it, but when he put on the clearance for, the pass, I'm going to say pass, the assist to Martinelli.
That would have been a world-class assist.
He was willing it to go in because he knew that he was on for an assist. I love that sort of thing of him.
How gutted he was when Martinelli
he was like patting his arms and patting his hands and things like that. But that shows that there's a real character about him, you know, and a desire to do well. So, so I'm well pleased.
I'm glad you're pleased because last week you almost lost your head. You was calling for Arteta's head. How are you feeling about him today? Well, listen, I know it's only 1 game difference, but how are you feeling about him today?
Listen, I've got my feelings are that he's got to convince me by a long shot at this moment in time. And the game against Southampton is a routine win for most teams in the league. They're down the bottom of the table for a reason, and so he ain't going to convince me in that game. He's got a massive game on Wednesday to which will tell me a lot about him. 1 of the performance, but 2 also the team selection because you know you're looking at it. Smith Rowe didn't come on today. So you're
groin injury, precaution.
Groin injury, precaution. But you'd like to think that he'd be available for Wednesday. So who are you going to leave out? And I'll tell you this now, Mr. Mikel Arteta, he better not be leaving out my man Martinelli because he was sensational today. Everything about Arsenal today typified what he done because it's not only his play. His work rate, and you know, I'll tell you, if he was playing against him, the right back gets away from him, and he's back at him and all that. He's the mentality that Arteta goes on about week in, week out. That boy's got it in abundance.
So why doesn't he play regularly?
Well, that's there you go. That's one of my beefs with Mr. Mikel Arteta.
Speaking of Mikel Arteta, he's once again come out publicly and spoken about Aubameyang, saying disciplinary reasons as to why he's not been selected. Do you think that's the right thing for Arteta to do, to come out publicly and say that?
Yeah, listen, 100%, because I'll tell you what, when Aubameyang was going through a poor start or a poor little bit of form in those few games, what did Arteta do? He backed him. He kept playing him. There's lots of fans, everybody saying, "Oh, he should be dropped. He should be dropped." He kept playing him. Eventually, he had to make that decision, and that was to leave him out against Everton, which he did. Yeah. And then what's Aubameyang's reward to give him back? Like, you know what I mean? Like, deservedly so, he's dropped. You showed for me, you showed two sides of your character. You sulk, or you roll up your sleeves and be the proper captain you are. Well, unfortunately for me, he didn't roll up his sleeves. He's gone and sulked or whatever.
How do you know he sulked?
Well, because he didn't turn up for training. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not being horrible. When you've been left out the side or you're not playing well, what do you have to do as a person? You have to work hard and get through it. You know, put a shift in training, work hard, show the manager that you're I'm not playing well, but I'm here for the long haul. When you get dropped, no one likes being dropped, and it happens to the best of players. It's what your reaction is afterwards. And his reaction, I'm sorry, Pippa, is poor. It's poor, you know, I mean, it's leading by example as a cat. You're seeing Martinelli, what he's doing today as a kid, that's leading by example. That's showing things what you do. You want to see your captain doing that, like, you know. So for me now, it's a very, very long way back for him.
It is. But a man that has stepped up to the plate and has done continuously this season, you haven't mentioned yet, Gabriel. Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes.
Oh. Well, didn't do very well in the first 10 minutes, did he? Like, you know what I mean? Got booked, give away the ball, and but again, another one once they got the goal with the confidence. I thought he was brilliant. I think him and Ben White are a very, very good partnership. You know, listen, it's not the finished article by a long chalk, but they're both, you know, potentially their ceilings on the pair of them is very, very high. And Gabriel, I love that today that Mikel can say, like, we've got a game Wednesday. You're coming off, you know what I mean? Because obviously don't want to get another yellow card, miss that game against West Ham. So there's thoughtful thinking from the bench. I like that. But Gabriel, today, brilliant. And if that overhead kick would have gone in,
that was a Brazilian in him coming out.
That was a Brillian in him, that was, you know what I mean? So that was superb. So listen, he played really. Tommy Asu, by the way, I thought was superb today. Really, really good. Tierney put in a good performance. As I said, it was no one really played bad today.
So who would you name man and match?
Well, it's a difficult one. I'm going to go Martinelli just over Odegaard.
Bit of favouritism there.
Bit of favouritism maybe, but well deserved. I'll tell you what, the one person we haven't mentioned, Saka. I thought, you know what I mean, like
two wonderful shots.
So, you know, the pick out for Lacazette, by the way, was absolute class. You know what I mean. So, but the standards that Saka sets, you're at. So I'll probably like to say Martinelli because he's trying to get there, like, you know. But I was very impressed with Odegaard in the first half. But like all of them, Xhaka, you can bring in that as well, and Pye, we're all sloppy in that first 7-15 minutes. I think that was a combination of Southampton giving it to us a little bit and a little bit of lack of confidence. But I'm going to go for Martinelli.